Okay, so today I would be talking about why exactly we have different, the approach that is, especially that happens in America, and the approach that happens in, India, with regard to criticizing religion. The approach that government takes with regard to criticizing religion is different. So in America, you could criticize. You we have seen the movies like the Da Vinci Code and the Temptation of Jesus and so on and so forth. And on the other hand, you have movies here like, in India like PK, like Oh My God for that matter, like the Padmavat movie and so on and so forth. So you see that there is a difference. While the movies in the West go to the extent of ridiculing religion in such a manner that Jesus, who is considered to be as celibate in Christianity, is seen to be is made to be having sexual relationship with Mary Magdalene, and then having kids, and so on and so forth. So a very immoral depiction of Christ Jesus in the movies of Da Vinci Code, etc. And then in the in the East, you definitely I'm not saying that it's something that it glorifies religion, but the depiction of the immorality, or the limit that it crosses is not that much, right? It's comparatively, even if some it attacks religion. First of all, many times it attacks religion for which many people consider it as something which is legitimate. Okay, it doesn't, just like the Da Vinci Code. There is absolutely nothing but ridiculing religion and having fun from that. That's basically what it is. We also know the story behind it. It's something which creates fantasy, surprise, or something like that, because some grave religious issue comes to be like this. Otherwise, you don't see much of the social message that comes from movies like Da Vinci Code. However, the movies in India, whenever it is attacking religion, one thing these movies do is basically it comes with a social message of perhaps not following the blind faith, and what is not considered as what is not considered as proper for a liberal Indian, and for a progressive Indian. All those things are attacked in the religion, and it's not basically attacking religion in its pure form, in the sense that the religious characters are attacked. It's usually the religious institutions who are attacked, is the monks or sages, or nuns who are attacked, and the institutions like churches and the temples and pujaris, etc., who are attacked. The religious figures are not attacked exactly. So but even then we see a lot many in these movies. There is a lot many charges that are against these movies, and actions are taken. Movies are banned. The Da Vinci Code was banned by Punjab government, I guess, and in other places in Asia as well. Now, what exactly why exactly is that? First of all, it shows the true culture. It shows the what to say, political power that Christianity could exert, and that religion in general could exert in a movie like in movie like that. So that we see the political aspect of Christianity is that much that you cannot stand in the streets protesting it, right? How many Christian protests have we seen in America with regard to religion? Absolutely none, right? There is one that is March for Life. Other than that, usually there is no major protest that has happened in America with regard to demeaning religion. On the other hand, if you look at India, there have been so many protests with regard to movies and so on and so forth. And we know that Indians in general are more religious than what is there right now in America, what's going on right now in America. So it shows that how much religion plays a role in the East, or let's say in India, and how much religion plays a role in West and in these countries like America. which also shows that if there is any problem which should go through the way of religion, it might not be successful because America is not religious anymore, or the other Western countries are not religious anymore. They don't care about their religious identity anymore. So I mean, there could be substantial amount of people, but then not many, and like they could openly ridicule the religion. So that is one aspect that we could analyze from this. Secondly, the other aspect that one could analyze is this: you could actually criticize any religion for that matter, right? And there is this something called as apologetics. Apologetics means you could criticize your religion, you could criticize the religion based on facts and associate facts, etc. And you could go to the any extent of criticizing that religion. So what exactly is this criticizing of a religion being? What exactly do we do with that? So why exactly is that in India we don't have that criticism of we don't we cannot face criticism of religion. On the other hand, we can face criticism of religion in America. America allows for criticism of religion to an extent. One of the reason could be that India is more religious, as I told you before. But not only that, India in general, across all religions, is the same. And in America, at least among the vast majority of people, it's that you could criticize the religion. Now, the reason being is that when you are criticizing the majority religion in America is Christianity, and it's not just Christianity, it's various denominations of Christianity in America that's present. Now, Christians need to propagate their faith, and by propagating their faith, they also want to expose the bad things, or let's say clash with the other denominations or the other faiths in general, other religions in general, and prove that they are wrong and their religion is right. This intellectual form of debate is necessary in a Christian community, which is not homogeneous, right? And America's Christianity in itself is not homogeneous. You have various denominations. Many denominations actually came up in America. So you need to have those kinds of things. On the other hand, in India, you have the majority religion, which is Hinduism. Now, Hinduism per se doesn't have initially, at least for many years, it didn't have a goal of proselytizing, which means it didn't have a goal of it didn't have the goal of conversion, or it didn't have the goal of telling the tenets of the religion to others, so as to make sure that so as to persuade them to enter your religion, to follow Jesus Christ, and to make them Christian or to make them Hindu in that manner. So that was not there in Hinduism. So when you don't have that in Hinduism, you absolutely have no reason. You absolutely don't have any reason for condemning other religions, and you don't want your religion to be condemned, right? Or you don't want your religion to be criticized. On the other hand, in America, what we see is that in America, religion needs to be criticized because both the religions, let's say, so if Christianity is a majority religion and there is a substantial amount of Roman Catholics and Protestants. Roman Catholics, if they are, let's say, in majority, they have to give the right to Protestants to criticize their religion, because because they are also doing the same thing. They also have to do the same thing. They have to go to the Protestant community and they have to criticize their faith, and to make sure that to prove that their faith is wrong and our faith is right. And in Protestant community also, they have to prove that Catholic faith is wrong and Protestant faith is right. Now, this because of it, you need to give the right to others to criticize your religion. On the other hand, in India, the majority community, that is Hinduism, doesn't have a obligation to go to the other religion and prove and bring them into your fold, which makes the way that you don't have to criticize the other religion, and therefore you don't have to make a provision that the other person should criticize your religion. So that's how the Indian culture is born. You let the other people follow your religion, and you follow your religion, and there is not much of proselytizing that is taking place. On the other hand, in the Christian world, you have both the sides, trying to have a proselytization, because both the communities, the Protestant community or whatever the community is, they are always trying to make sure that people come into their fold, people follow their tenets. So this is there, and then there is the Islamic community in the rest of the areas. Now the Islamic community is perhaps, I should say, as of right now, the worst form of these two, because this is where you have a right to criticize the other religions, but you don't allow the other religions to criticize your faith. Okay, so basically, if you criticize anything that is godly or something like that of Islamic faith, then you could be condemned and you could face punishment, etc. Severe punishment for that matter. It's not just that you would go into jail or something like that, it's severe punishment. On the other hand, you as a Muslim could openly criticize Christianity or Hinduism or other faiths that are there. So this is the way how, because depending upon the majority religion and the characteristic of majority religion, we see that there is a difference in things that go on. Thank you.